Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, King Deal, Lauren Frey, Grim, Clover, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. So, the demo for Mario Strikers Battle League is now available on the eShop, and all of the naysayers, all of the shit posters, all of the pretendos have been once and thoroughly BTFO. All of the really weird narratives surrounding this game, that the stages were too small, that the game didn't look as intense, that there wouldn't be enough of a character roster, that the game wouldn't have enough content, the game wouldn't be fun to play, the game wouldn't have good animations, the game would suffer from the Mario mandate. All of those complaints have been thoroughly debunked before the game is even out. And now people are very excited about the game. And of course, I think most fans already were. I think a lot of people saw through the bullshit that the Pretendos were trying to pull with this one. This is, I think, another example of like autistic Mario fans trying to downplay a new Mario game purely to ruin everyone's fun, right? Like there was no reason to ever suspect that Next Level Games would ruin Mario Strikers Battle League, that Nintendo rushed the game, that there was something wrong with it, but people went to extreme lengths to try and pretend that there was something wrong with this game immediately after it was unveiled. And I don't need to like tell you, point to specific examples or show you any evidence, because if you've been paying attention on Twitter, on YouTube, you've seen a lot of examples of this already. People just whining and complaining about the game not being edgy enough, is what it comes down to. And that the whole ordeal reminds me a lot of what happened with the Paper Mario games. Of course, like you have the iconic original game, you have a relatively well received follow up, you have like Super Paper Mario, which is wildly different, and then you have the Sticker Star, which is wildly different from that. And Sticker Star onward developed this hardcore extremist hate community that just considers Sticker Star to be one of the worst games that Nintendo has ever put out. It's quite an it's quite an unreasonable way to look at the game, right? Because Sticker Star, it isn't exactly like the first two games, but it does a lot of cool, interesting things on its own merits. I enjoy Paper Mario Sticker Star, but because of those changes Sticker Star made, all of which have, a lot of which has stuck onto the subsequent entries, stuff like Color Splash and the Origami King. Like there has remained a very strong, dedicated audience of people led by a Muppet who insist that all of these games are bad, that Nintendo should just go back to making the old Paper Mario games and just don't do anything. The only thing that's different is that now that Color Splash and Origami King have been out for a significant amount of time, and now that they've been given the chance to to build up their own fans, right? Have their own legion of fans who are willing to defend them from the original Paper Mario audience. Uh, Only now are those games like generally accepted to be pretty good and have a lot going for them. And the same thing essentially has happened to Battle League, right? There was an agenda to push this idea that Battle League wasn't on the same level as Charge, that it didn't have as much technical depth, that there was going to be all these problems with it. And now that we have the game, now that we have the demo of the game, we can safely say that none of the none of the concerns put forward by the Pretendos were in any way true. They were always a blatant attempt at trying to stir up controversy where there was none.